I want to leave my unmotivated long-term boyfriend, but I'm afraid I won't do any better than him. My boyfriend and I have been together for 7 years this December, and I'm just now starting to realize how bad our relationship really is. When we got together, I was just glad to have someone I could turn to when I needed it. I was never a very social person, and I was happy to have found someone who'd be with me. Recently, after starting a new position where I'm surrounded primarily by men the entire day, I realized how different my boyfriend is compared to other guys. The other guys I see are so goal-oriented, similar to me. They take on responsibility, aim to be the best at what they do, constantly want to improve themselves, and are just really well-mannered. My boyfriend can be very blunt, quick to get defensive, downright rude, and honestly just not very fun to be around sometimes, and has laid hands on me in the past. In the 7 years we've been together, he has never once taken me out on a date. I'm always the one who plans our dinners, our vacations, and our fun little outings. This wouldn't even be so bad if we had a good time, but I find myself emotionally and mentally drained after going out with him. He turns things into such a sour evening by rambling about far-right conspiracy theories or even over small things. For example, I held the door open for a guy walking behind us and he blew up at me in front of everyone. In his opinion, I shouldn't have, because the guy could get the wrong idea. He doesn't have any goals, other than being a Twitch streamer, and any time I ask him of his plans he gets super defensive and shuts me down immediately. When we get into arguments, he regularly escalates to name-calling and will tell me to shut the F up. He will call me psychotic, saying that I am the one being argumentative by trying to bring up any issues I have. He has also made many comments before about my weight, what I eat, suggesting I work out or try a diet. Then he gets mad at me for being insecure about my body, which I explained to him is because of his comments. On the flip side, he really can be very sweet. Last week, he held my hand in public, and that night he kissed my cheek before going to sleep. It makes me doubt leaving him. Maybe I am expecting too much of him and just trying to push my work ethic onto him. I am debating what I will do. I want to leave my unmotivated long-term boyfriend, but I'm afraid I won't do any better than him. After thinking, I decided, I have no obligation to be with him. I was planning on ending things this weekend, but we had another huge argument while I was at work. It was basically about me being so distant. He claimed that I must be cheating. Why else would I choose to work with predominantly guys? In his words, I had easy access and a good cover story. I told him that our relationship has been weighing on me lately. The way he treats me, all of the names he's called me in the past, as well as laying hands on me in the past, and all of the mean stuff he's done to me. He literally said, if you can't get over it, then leave me for one of your other guys. So I said, okay, if that's what you want. I've never threatened to break up with him, but he's always threatened to break up with me over small stuff, so I don't think he really took me seriously. I left work early and continued to talk to him about it and said he could stay here until he found a place. He kept blaming and deflecting the whole time, and it all kind of confirmed to me exactly why I'm breaking up with him. He keeps insisting I'm cheating, and that's why now I'm leaving. He ended up going to his mom's house and then came back an hour later. He broke down and began apologizing. He got on his hands and knees to apologize. Even then, the whole time, even while apologizing, he was still shifting blame. He said, you want someone perfect, but nobody is perfect. If I wanted perfect, I would have left you a long time ago, which hurt. At that moment, I felt some sort of inner peace, knowing that our whole relationship, every time I've accused him of not taking me seriously, disrespecting me, making me sad, hurting me, saying mean things to me, I was finally getting justice for all of those things now and sticking up for myself when I should have years ago. He always used to make fun of guys who beg for their girlfriends after they break up, and he'd say how stupid they were and call any guy who is overly nice to his girlfriend a simp. Then here is he, crying and begging for me to stay with him and suddenly regretting the lack of affection and niceness throughout the years. He is still in a mix of shock and denial and keeps telling me he'll prove it to me, but I'm standing firm. He even had the audacity to ask if we can still have intimacy. I had intimacy with him one last time that night, but then fully ended it the next day.